stocks. Now, what, Ankush bhai, if you have any take on jewelry stocks, I want your thought on this.
So limits typically what happens is uh, historically, if you look at, we mostly had one Titan as a jewelry player. There were certain PCG and all those, but those guys never used to do anything. One Titan was there, and that was the only play that people had, right? Uh, Recently, we have got, say, Kalyan and Senko, which got listed a year or two back. And what typically happens is that in market, if every company of a particular sector starts growing, that creates a huge tailwind for the sector as a whole, right? So Titan is now about 110 times TTM, Senko, I think 50, Kalyan 130 times, something like, right? And with that happening, you get more listings also start coming in, right? So PNG got
Yes.
listed. Some of the companies which ideally shouldn't have got capital, they get capital. So PCG Jewelers recently has started getting some capital as well. And the valuations keeps re-rating because everyone feels that, the sector is in trend, right? And everyone keeps going down the lower quality curve, right? So people earlier used to buy Titan, right? Then people started buying Kalyan. So Kalyan in last 1.5 years is about eight times, right? So it was like 30,
Yes.
35 times earnings.
Yes.
Now it's 130. So the valuation multiple is actually higher than Titan.
Yeah.
Nobody in their dream would have thought that Kalyan would get higher multiple than Titan.
Even
That is happening.
Senko, even if you
Senko is
see
now 50
Senko,
times, like, yeah. So
yes.
Senko was like 15, 20 times at IPO. Nobody was interested, but after a while, you no longer can buy Kalyan, right? Kalyan agar 80 time multiple ho gaya, to aap Kalyan nahi loge. So then people started buying Senko, right? And now if the growth continues, there will be a segment of the market who will say कि यार PCG भी ले लेते हैं. अब तो capital मिल गया, बैंक वो सब sort out हो गया, right? So
हाँ.
that's how a trend develops and it goes into frothy. So jewelry, in my understanding, is at a frothy level, to be honest, right now, because I think people are discounting the kind of growth rate with in these companies, which might not happen, and the kind of multiple that these companies are paying, these companies are getting. But typically, what happens is, so just for example, normally valuation multiple is an outcome of growth and markets visibility and understanding of how sustainable that growth is, right? तो नॉर्मली आप
Yes.
पकड़ लो कि वो दोनों फैक्टर का वेट 50-50 है, ठीक है. बट व्हेन इन द काइंड ऑफ मार्केट दैट वी आर इन, और जब ऐसा ट्रेंड बनता है ना, तो ग्रोथ का वेटेज ना 90% हो जाता है, राइट? नोबडी इज लुकिंग एट कि कितना सस्टेनेबल है, राइट? सो ग्रोथ हैज टेकन प्रेसिडेंस. तो जिसका ग्रोथ ज्यादा रहेगा उसको ज्यादा मल्टीपल मिलेगा, इररिस्पेक्टिव ऑफ द फैक्ट दैट टाइटन इज द बेस्ट फ्रेंचाइज. अगर आप आरओसी देख लो, रिटर्न प्रोफाइल देख लो, एंड longevity पे अगर देख लो, तो Titan would obviously continue to deliver more
Outperform.
sustainable growth than other guys. But अभी ये थीम में और ये मार्केट में growth is like 90% of the determination factor. तो अब जहां जहां ग्रोथ रहेगा वो कंपनी को वैल्यूएशन मिलेगा, एंड कैपिटल विल रोटेट. जिसका मल्टीपल रीरेट हो गया, आप उसके लोअर वाले को पकड़ो, उसको रीरेट करो, राइट?
Yes.
मार्केट
Agree.
में इवेंचुअली एवरीबडी वांट्स टू मेक अल्फा, राइट? सो यू विल आफ्टर अ पॉइंट नोबडी वांट्स टू पे हायर ग्रोथ. मतलब मल्टीपल पीपल स्टार्ट प्रॉफिट बुकिंग या कुछ भी, बट नेक्स्ट अल्फा ढूंढने के लिए अगर थीम बन गई है, तो पीपल विल कीप गोइंग डाउन लोअर क्वालिटी का. एंड उसमें क्या होगा फिर, बाहर से अगर कोई देख रहा है, जब समवन हु इज नॉट इन्वेस्टेड इनटू ज्वेलरी स्टॉक, वो देखेगा कि यार पहले टाइटन चल गया, फिर कल्याण भी चल गया, सेंको चल गया, अब पीएनजी भी चल रहा है, पीसीजी भी चल रहा है, अब उसके बाद जो कंपनी आएगी, अच्छा ये तो चलेगी, अब ये भी ले लेता हूँ,
चलेगी चलेगी.
राइट?
Yes.
फोमो हो जाता है ना, राइट? आपने 5
Yes.
कंपनी मिस कर लिया, छठी कंपनी जो नहीं चली है वो ले लेते हैं, right? And that is where people get stuck eventually.
Yes.
कि at the fag end of the market, आपने the worst company ले लिया है, right? So that is one thing that I'll say, that don't go into that. मतलब, okay, obviously there is some good trend and things have started playing out, but don't go down the quality curve in trying to catch the